This week on Sport Fishing, we're traveling north, all the way up to the beautiful waters of Alaska, where we'll be fishing out of Deep Creek Fishing Club. It's a nice resort right up on the coast, and here we'll be experiencing both ocean fishing, looking for those big halibut that live up here, and also getting on a float plane, going to one of the distant lakes way up on the mountain, up here in the beautiful mountains of Alaska, looking for rainbow trout, char, grayling. You never know what to expect. Fishing in Alaska is always full with great adventure and just awesome time being up here. So stay tuned for this week's exciting episode of Sport Fishing. I'm Dan Hernandez and I live to fish. That's a nice vermilion right there. Yeah, this is what fishing's like. I have been fishing along the Pacific coast my entire life. Let me bring you in the action and share with you some great fishing tips along the way. Oh, there he goes, taking more line. Look at that rod tip just bouncing.
Dan slipped into a nice halibut here. It's swam up through the current. Now it's just now coming off the bottom. He's not getting much line. He's going to make a big run. It's the Calstar Baja Boomer with 150-pound test Daiwa Saltiga on there with a 50 accurate 2-speed. He's doing an excellent job angling the fish. It's looking right around 80 to 100 pounds.
Deep color. Shaking his head still.
Really have embarrassing day today?
There we go. So here's my second halibut of the day. My first one was a total of about 12 pounds. And this one's not even close, maybe 9 pounds.
Yeah.
So this one's a lot better. This one's about 70 pounds, maybe a little bit bigger. Not a 100-pounder that I'm looking for, but quality fish. And this is like the average size fish that you can find here at this particular spot, where they've seen hundreds and hundreds of 100-pound fish before. And this is Whitney. She's from Southern California too. If those of you guys that have fished before, like boats like the Pacific Dawn, that's where I first saw her as a cook there. And up here, she's a deckhand and helped introduce us to coming up to this beautiful resort at Deep Creek Fishing Club in Alaska. Nice fish for the day.
Beautiful start.
Hopefully it's a nice little start.
Yeah.
So what do we have planned today, Stu?
We are planning to really get some really big halibut. Dan's at the rail. He's going to show us how he can really put the meat to him. He refuses to use the rod holder. He's really doing a good job of putting them in the boat. And I think today is the day that we catch the biggest halibut Dan's ever seen.
This is beautiful.
It's absolutely beautiful. What a nice office I have.
This is typical Alaska weather. You wore short pants today. Was it 75, 70 degrees?
I heard 77 yesterday.
77.
So that was pretty crazy.
Yep.
But that sounds good. You know, not too hot in Norwegian. Any more than that, I start to melt. So 77 is good. Flat water, no wind.
And when you come up to this resort, which is
Deep
Big-
Creek Fishing, Deep
right.
Creek Fishing Club.
That's what I keep saying. Deep
All-
Creek Fishing Club.
All day and all night.
Make sure that you bring suntan lotion.
The reason this has the best weather in the state is documented that it's only 10 inches of rain a year. We have two big mountain ranges where the glaciers collect all the snow and rain, so when the weather comes from east, it ends up in the mountains. The precipitation, if it comes to the west, it ends up in the mountains. So that's why there's actually a road system here, and people settled here first because it does have the best weather in the state. Even the Russians settled here first because they could survive, yeah. It wasn't a heavy winter and nice summers, good weather. Very nice. No
Yeah.
bugs at the lodge as well.
Yeah, this isn't like down south where it's rainforest. That's
Right.
the trees here and stuff. It's more like tundra area.
I wouldn't say
Well, not
tundra.
quite tundra, but-
Yeah, no, there's
It's
an
not that
area right
soft.
over here that is completely tundra. But like I said, we just don't have it. They have 300 to 400 inches of rain a year in southeast Alaska. We only have 10. So it's not much rain. It's
Totally
one-
different.
Yeah, and of course it's just in the summertime if they're calculating that, but it's still like an inch to 2 inches a month.
Cool.
So that's why you have the difference.
We're going to reposition the boat soon to get started fishing. But while we do that, let's take a little break from the action, go take a good look at the lodge and show you this beautiful resort so you have an idea what it looks like before you come out here. Deep Creek Fishing Club is located in the Nanochek area of Alaska. It's a beautiful area to come fish. It's about 50 miles north of Homer. The resort is located right on the water, and the main cabin is where you hang out after your long day of fishing and all your meals. It's a really comfortable cabin to hang out in. The food here is outstanding, and it's more than a cabin. It's really just a beautiful lodge. And all the sleeping facilities are private cabins located on the ground. As far as fishing, you have everything you need here. You don't need to bring any fishing tackle with you. It's just a great place to come relax and enjoy everything that Alaska has to offer. Let's see what this is.
Get down right there. Are you getting the line, Dan?
I was.
Here, Evan.
There it comes. Oh, it's a cod. Cod. So here's a cod I just caught. My first cod ever. Beautiful fish. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. You got a fish going here. It's the end of the day. And I'm gonna get this fish. And then tomorrow we're gonna end up over there on the island or one of the other areas by one of the lakes. And we're not quite sure how we're gonna get there, plane or helicopter, but see what I got here on this one.
Nice one. Shooter. Stop. Shooter.
Oh, nice halibut.
The one holding the reel. Right?
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice fish. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. Well, this is a nice way to end an experience here on the ocean. Fishing here at Deep Creek Fishing Club. Just a beautiful, beautiful halibut, nice big fish. I mean, it's not a monster for here, but for those of us from Southern California used to catching 10 to 20 pound halibuts, this is a monster fish. This is really nice trophy. Thanks for having us out. Thanks a lot, Steve. All right, we're gonna throw this guy in the hole.
Got it.
Did you know that Arctic char typically grow to 5 to 10 pounds? But what's the world record for the largest one? That's right, 21 pounds. Welcome back. And when I was last talking to you, we were out on the ocean here in Alaska fishing out of Deep Creek Fishing Club, out on their boats fishing for those big halibut, and that was a lot of fun. Well, right now we got on a float plane, we flew out across the other side of the mainland, and we're in this beautiful lake all by ourselves. Got here, like I said, by the float plane, left out of Homer, which is known for all its halibut fishing there, like one of the capitals of halibut fishing. I'm getting a little nibble right now. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna fish here at the lake. We're gonna hang out the rest of the day here at the lake, have a little camp lunch dinner thing later in the day. Just gonna be a beautiful time. Just gorgeous, gorgeous lake. High mountains right around us, glaciers on the other side of us. It's gonna be a neat day here. All right, let's see if we can get me some fish.
Whoa, I got a nice one. Oh yeah, woo! Look at that, grayling, look at that grayling. Beautiful, that's like a trophy. About an 18-incher. Oh, jumper, look at the spin on that.
It's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I love grayling. Look at that grayling, huh?
That's beautiful. It's the first one I've seen in Alaska. I've caught them in Canada a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's a nice size, but this is a trophy area. Usually they're about 10, 12 inches long. This is a nice one, but we're gonna get bigger ones. I see bigger ones out there. And I think you're gonna be on, Dan. You're on. Hit him, Dan, hit him.
And bite?
Yeah, you gotta be on. They're all right here.
Nope.
Tighten your drag a little bit. I think it's you. You gotta see the fish right here?
Yep. Oh man, look at all those fish. Moving in closer.
Yeah, there you go. He needs new bait, dear.
Here's one.
Fish on. There we go. Nice grayling.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, look at the colors on that.
It's beautiful. That's a beautiful fish, see? That's a beautiful fish. And this is a char?
You can see the fins, those spots will turn purple during the fall season, and it really looks beautiful then.
And you can see it ate my eggs, where the hook is, right there on top of the head. All right, we're gonna take a little break from the action, and when we return, we're gonna be cooking this fish up. It's gonna be a delicious little meal here on this week's Galley segment. Thanks a lot, man.
We're doing our shore lunch here today. Dan's caught some nice fish for us, so we're gonna get everything cooked up. We have some potatoes, bacon, onions, and garlic going in a little bit of extra healthy bacon grease. We're gonna add our fish. Partially cooked. Awesome. Got butter right here. We're adding more butter and more butter because we're not afraid of butter. Keep the fish moving around so they don't stick. I'm gonna pull our shore lunch off the coals and let it rest for a little bit and get some other stuff cooking. Got garlic bread, some baked beans. And we'll finish off the pan with a couple squeezes of fresh lemon. We got our fish and potatoes ready. Beans are almost heated up. Garlic bread's getting toasty. It's time for lunch.
This looks great.
Enjoy.
Thanks.
Welcome to Alaska, Dan.
Thank you. The fish that I caught in this lake
Yes.
a few minutes ago and Whitney cooked up.
Yeah.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Every fisherman's dream to sit in a remote lake with a tablecloth, have a little fish. It's great. Right out of the water. What more could you ask for, really, than this?
That's great. Arctic grayling is one of the most beautiful freshwater fish in all of Alaska. Its most striking features are its sail-like dorsal fin and its colorful body marking. These fish are found throughout Alaska and also range from Russia, Canada to the western Hudson Bay and as far south as Montana in the United States. A typical grayling diet consists of everything from insects to smaller fish and sometimes birds and small mammals. There we go. We got another one going here. And salmon eggs again. Not quite sure what it is. Let's see what I got. There's a beautiful fish. Another char. This one's a lot bigger than the last one I caught. Beautiful fish. Is it char, Whitney?
Oh! There he is. Little char. There you go. Come to Papa. Come on over here. Oh, that's a tasty little fish. A spring fish right there. Beautiful. Keejic Lake in the springtime. These char are hanging around here. They're waiting for the smoke to come down from last year's sockeye salmon, but they'll eat anything in front of them because it's been a long winter for them and they're hungry. That's about as good eating fish right there as you hope for. It's kind of small for a char, but boy, he's healthy and good. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Oh, oh. Yeah, and he's gonna go get a little bigger too. Perfect.
There we go. Got another fish here on eggs. Not sure what it is. Steve got a grayling. Mine was a char. And this one, I think it's a lake trout. It is a lake trout. Caught big ones of these in Canada before. My first one in Alaska. Here comes my fish. Definitely a lake trout. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Really swallowed those eggs. Just a pretty fish. That's one of the nice things about coming up here in Alaska. You have the variety. Most places I fish in Alaska, you're on the ocean, you're stuck on the ocean. At this lodge over at Deep Creek Fishing Club, they give you the option. You can go float plane one day, you can go float boat locally down one of the local rivers, or you can do what we did today, get on a float plane, come out here, get away from everybody and everything. No cell phone coverage, no internet, Just lots of fish, beautiful country. And they even have a helicopter service too. If you want to stop on one of those mountaintops and have lunch, you can do that. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous fish here. All right, we're gonna take a little break from the action. And when we return, I'll be giving you this week's tip of the week. Get a bite, get a bite. Here we go. On a salmon egg. Here's a beautiful lake trout. That's what we're trying to catch. This one wanted all those salmon eggs. There's a big, beautiful lake trout I just caught. I'm gonna probably release it in a second, but before we do, I just want to tell you guys about what a great time we had fishing up here. You know, this week's tip of the week isn't about technique or anything on how to catch a fish. It's about fishing experiences and life experiences. And coming up here to Deep Creek Fishing Club in Alaska has been one of those great experiences in life where we got to go offshore, catch a big halibut, take a float plane, come up here to the backcountry and catch a beautiful lake trout like this. It's just been a great time. Well, I want to thank all the staff there, Steve, everybody, the cooks, Whitney fishing with us, Bernie, the pilot that brought us out today. Everybody did a great job. We had a great time fishing with them. It's just been lots of fun. Well, I'm Dan Hernandez, hoping you enjoyed this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and I hope you join us again next week as we go looking for more of the best in sport fishing.